the Charming Giraffe, and today we are going to make a coaster using a skin. I have this really cool skin. This was like leftover out of a cup of paint that I just poured on probably a canvas by the looks of it, and it made this really cool green, tree green design. So I'm going to just set this into a mold like that. But in order to do that, or at least for my sanity, I want to cut it to be the size of a mold. So I have this mold that I've made in the past. I'm just going to trace around it and cut it out. And then the resin, while I'm doing this, the resin we are using today is Stonecoat Countertops Art Coat. It's probably not in frame. And I will be doing some additives. I pulled two out, but I haven't quite decided what I'm using. The ones I've got out ready is the Real Teal Metallic and the Blue Glow Powder. Blue Glow Powder. So I thought that would be a fun additive to have kind of a glow-in-the-dark coaster. I'm assuming it glows. You know, you put it on the table, and when you're sitting in the dark watching a movie, you can still be able to find your coaster. Alright, so I think that's good enough. It won't be on the bottom, it'll be on the top like this. So, we'll go ahead and get started with the resin. I've got 2 cups of resin. I'm trying to decide the quantity I need, since I'll be using additives. I get a couple more cups ready, just so I don't add too much into my resin and then have to figure out something to do with it. So I'm going to do this here, and I'll do a tiny bit of this Real Teal Metallic. Here's what this looks like. Literally just wanted the tiniest of bits for that. We got 2 cups. Set that aside. Get this mixed up here. Really pretty. Yeah, like that. And then I think I will add some of this into it as well. This is the Blue Glow Powder. And then my plan is, once I get this mixed in, is just to pour it into the mold. This mold is slightly damaged. I had burned a piece of it, so it won't be as thick as the mold that I used to trace, but that's okay. And then I plan to just set the skin right on top, and then I will likely, once that's cured, add a top layer to it. That layer will probably just be a clear layer. Good. We're not even close to that little chunk that's taken out of the mold. I don't think I really did a close-up of this color. Here's what it looked like. So pretty translucent, transparent, all those fun words. See-through. Okay. So there is that. Let me go ahead and torch that before we put the skin on. And then this part. I'm wondering if I should make it just a tad bit smaller. 1 second. Okay. I am going to cut just a little bit more off of it because this was taller than this area that it's sitting in, and they're not exactly, like, this circle here is slightly smaller than this circle here. They're not exactly like 90-degree angles, I guess is the word I'm looking for there. Okay, so I've trimmed it to where I think I like it better. So now we're just going to set it right on top. Probably need a stick to try to move it around a little bit. Okay. Might end up trimming more off after it cures. I trimmed and trimmed and trimmed. I didn't even show you that part because it did take a bit of time. So what I will likely do here is when it's cured enough to pop out, I'll pop it out and trim it some more and then put it back in. Because you can see, or I'll show you if you can't yet, it is kind of like, it's down and then there's a spot where it's like folded up a little bit up the side of the mold. Unless I pop it out and it looks totally cool, then I'll leave it. Like the big kid version of doing my magnets. Here, I'll bring you down and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's like down in the entire mold, and then it's really not going to show up on camera very well, but you can see how it's kind of laid flat, and then it goes up and is crawling up the wall over there. But that's okay. We'll figure that out whenever we get to it. So I'm going to let this cure for probably about 2 days, and then we'll come back and see what's going on with it and add our final coat to the back. Alright, we are back. This is the coaster that has the skin on it. So we're going to add the back layer of resin, and I think I'm going to put some acrylic paint into that. I haven't quite decided on the color, but I think I'm feeling some blue, maybe with a little bit of white. So, or let's do this cobalt blue, this metallic cobalt blue. It's by Artist Loft. I'm going to put a little drop in here because it does not take a lot, and then we'll mix that up. And this is a same resin, Stonecoat Countertops Art Coat. Just use this stick. And I don't know, this may be too much resin for this. If it is, I will use it in another project, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, that was a great idea. So now I'm even more okay if I make too much. It is my favorite color right now. Gorgeous. Alright, so we're just going to pour this in here. Nothing too special about it. Except for this coaster has a little nick in it where I torched it too aggressively, and so I can't go over where that hole is, otherwise it'll just come right out. So no point in wasting resin. We've torched it, and we'll just let this cure, and then we'll come back in a couple days and pop it out and see what we got. See you in a few. Alright, we are back. This has been curing for about 2 days, so we're going to go ahead and pop it out. At the beginning of the video, I said I was going to pop it out and mess with that skin, and I did not. Oh, here, sorry. I'm not in frame. 1 second. But I did not pop it out and mess with the skin at all. I just poured the second coat over it. And the first coat I did probably like late December. The second coat I just did like the first week of January. But here we go. Hopefully that was in frame. Sorry guys. Alright, so you can see that skin under there and the kind of the patterns that's in that skin, that tree ring, really pretty. There is tint in here. This is it was earlier in the video, like several weeks ago. It's mica powders. It's glow in the dark. It's that glow powder. and real teal, I think is what we used. I'll put it in the description below, and I know it's in the video at the beginning, so you can rewind and listen to that. And then the back here is the metallic cobalt blue acrylic paint in the resin. And you can see on the sides where it is. I think that's probably the area where I was concerned that it was kind of like not laying flat, but I think it's just fine. But yeah. Let me know what you think about this coaster in the comments below. I do want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and it makes you happy.